Hey, Jimmy Hatzel here, CEO, co-founder of Hats AI. I'm here to talk about security and AI. This is a special topic for me because I come from a security background. I hold a degree in cybersecurity, worked in the cybersecurity industry pretty much my whole career before cybersecurity and AI became intermingled and I moved over into working AI full-time. At Hats AI, we take cybersecurity extremely seriously and we take a lot of steps to ensure that the platform is secure for users and the data that you input it is kept private. I'll cover those reasons, but I want to start out by talking about why it's important to use a secure AI platform. So there's really three prongs to it. The first is data governance. You want to make sure that the data that your users are putting into an AI system is being contained within your organization and remains the intellectual property of your organization. The second is guardrails. It's good to put AI guardrails around your users so that way they're not getting different answers or using AI in secret. A big risk of not having an approved AI tool in your organization is because you lose those guardrails in addition to the data governance. Third part is training. If you're using a free AI system, someone's making money some way on it, most likely. And the way that they do that typically is training on user inputs and outputs of data. So to cover the first, I'll start with data governance. Now, inside an organization, we have private business email, we have private business file storage, and the reason that we do that is so if an employee leaves, they're not taking that data with them. That data remains the property of the organization or the company that they are employed at. You wouldn't want a user using their personal Gmail or their personal Dropbox to communicate with others inside of an organization. The same remains true for AI. You want to ensure that you have proper user permissions, storage, data retention that is within your organization. Second is guardrails. There are lots of new AI tools popping up every single day. And there's also a dark side of AI. It's important that users are using AI that is specific to a business purpose. If a user is using their own AI system, they're getting their own style of results. And if they're mixing this in with the personal AI that they use, the results could differ from what you want to portray as an organization. For example, say one of your users has an anonymous Reddit profile or X profile that they're posting memes to, and they're using the same AI system they use to generate images and chat and ask jokes and that kind of stuff that they are to analyze documents. In some AI systems, that style is going to be portrayed in their business responses. Additionally, you might have users who don't really know how to use AI and they need some structure or guardrails around their use cases. In our system, we make that possible so you can have as close to standardized outputs as possible with generative AI. Third is data training. We don't train on your data. Simple as that. When we interact with a large language model, the LLM layer or the inference layer of our system has no access to historical data. If you're having a chat with an AI, we store all responses on our own servers inside of your tenant. And if the chat is multiple conversations long, we will pull the past logged conversation responses and inputs and send them for a new inference. Some AI models are within our cloud environment, such as all of the Anthropic models, the Llama models, the Mixtral models, and even the Google models. We have a multi-cloud approach and we are able to keep those inferences happening within our own cloud environment. And some AI models, specifically those hosted with OpenAI or the GPT models, we need to interact with the OpenAI API. Now, we have near zero retention and no training in our agreements with those providers. So you can remain confident that your data is not being used for training purposes. And say you upload some company-specific IP and someone types in the header of that company-specific IP a year from now, it's not going to spit out that exact document. So you might be wondering, okay, if the LLMs or the AI layer doesn't have access to my historical data, where is it stored? We store all conversation history, user settings, all that information inside of an AWS data center in Virginia. By separating all chat history or AI conversations into a completely separate database then is accessible from the AI models and only pushing information inside of a request when a user intends to do so, we can create a much more secure environment. Your logged conversations, your chat histories, your app settings, they're secured inside of our database, inside of our information layer, and separated logically by tenant and organization and user. So you can remain confident that your chat history or your organization's information can only be accessed by the user or the company that created it, depending on how you configure access. I come from a background in cybersecurity. And when I started this company, I wanted to ensure we were embedding security inside everything we do from the start. Within our first year, we set out to achieve SOC 2 Type 1 and SOC 2 Type 2 compliance. In addition to annual penetration tests, we've also completed our accreditation for SOC 2 Type 1, and at the time of recording this video, we are currently completing our SOC 2 Type 2 audit and should have the accreditation in mere weeks. If you are a security-focused organization who's interested in obtaining a copy of our SOC 2 reports, reach out to your contact at Hats AI or email help@hats.ai. We'll send you over a mutual non-disclosure agreement and share the report. In addition, our company retains an outside cybersecurity firm to constantly check our systems and check our development cycle to ensure we're following security best practices within our organization. If you would like to have a conversation with someone on that team, you can reach out to us and we can facilitate that meeting. If you have any more questions about security, please reach out to us. We're happy to answer them. I hope this video gave you a good overview and understanding on the security measures that we take around data governance, data security, or good security practices within our organization.